challenge 4. In this challenge, we have a sample paragraph that has several instances of the word pie. We want to change the word pie to whatever your favorite food is, and then also change some of the stylings. Now, you did a challenge like this with your Khan Academy, the Query Modernizer. So if you prefer the way they teach, which I'm sure you do, go back and review that video, and you can just whip this challenge out, and it's all good. If not, you can listen to me drone on and on and on because I'm recording this late at night and I'm getting super tired, and you don't care about that, do you? No. All right. In this paragraph, we have several spans. Each span contains the word pie, which is what we want to change. If we can access any of these elements, we can change or modify those elements. So what would be the best way for us to access all these instances of span? Well, let's assume that we have an unknown value of spans. Like, we don't know how many spans that we have. We could use document.getElementsByTagNameSpan and look for spans. But since we do have a class here of food, let's use that instead. We can use document.getElementsByClassName and look for these foods. Once we get there, then we can easily change these instances of pie. Okay. Let's go down to our function. Again, I gave you a hint that a loop is needed, and then also you can refer back to that video if you need more help. Okay, we've got to have some way to access those span tags. So let's do var, let's do foodl. And in this case, I'm going to use the document.getElementsByClassName food. Okay. So this gives me a collection, because see, the elements is plural. It gives me a collection or a node list of several elements, okay? So I don't know how many elements there are. Remember, I said just kind of pretend like they're unknown. So I need some way to just go through each instance of these and change them to what I need to be. So what do we need to use here? Old trusty for loop. Remember our arguments in our for loop, the first thing is to create a counter variable. And since our node list or collection list, the values start at 0, let's just go ahead and start our counter at 0. And then when our counter is less than, well, how do I know how many I have? Let's use foodl and then the length property to determine how many elements that will be returned after this code executes, okay? And then each time this code executes, we want to increment our counter variable by 1. All right, remember our statements in our for loop need to be in a set of curly brackets. The first thing that we want to do is change the text, okay? So we need to access our element. How do we change the text? Well, we could use a .enterHTML, or we could use a .textContent. In this case, let's use a text content, but that in and of itself is not enough because this is a collection. This is many. When we have many, we need that set of square brackets. Well, if I put a 0 there, it's only going to change the first element, the first instance of pie. If I put a 1 there, it's only going to change the second instance of pie. What could I put there that's going to change each time this loop iterates? How about my counter variable I? Okay, so let's use the text content to address the text inside the element, and then change it to whatever your favorite food is, and mine is pizza, although, whatever. You can put pickles. You're like, I always talk about pickles, and I don't even like pickles. Okay. For the next one, we said we want to change some of their styling. Same situation here. If I just put a 1 here, or if I just put a 0, it's only going to change one specific instance of the word. We want to change all of them each time it loops. If I want to change anything regarding CSS styling, I have to first address the style property, and then I can change the color. And we're going to change the color to that hashtag 7 DC890. All right, let's make our event listener. We're going to have this load, this happen on load. So whenever we have a load event listener, let's just do window.add event listener load. The name of the function is change food, and we'll set our false. All right, let's see if it works. I'm gonna go back over here, refresh, and now pickles really is the best food. You can eat pickles at any time. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Pickles are gross. If you like pickles, no, it's okay if you like pickles, but I hate pickles. Okay, on to challenge 4, or 5.